Penelope. Hello and welcome back, or welcome to my channel. I am Sarah Camps, and today's video is going to be about 2025 ins and outs. This is officially my first YouTube video of 2025, and I'm so excited to start a new year, a new chapter on this platform. And I feel like today's video is kind of the perfect way to kick that off. So Happy New Year. I hope everyone celebrated with their loved ones. And I'm super excited to see what this year has in store. And I'm so glad that you are all here for the journey. I've been seeing a lot of people posting their 2025 ins and outs. So I thought it would be kind of a good idea to make my own and sort of tie it into my own personal 2025 goals. So these are kind of personal to me, but at the same time, totally general, and I'll kind of chat about each one. I wrote everything down in my handy dandy Hello Kitty notebook. All right, we'll start with ins because I feel like ins are maybe a little more positive. In number one, taking breaks. Taking breaks is in. We need to stop thinking that we need to be on and ready to go and on our best behavior, in our best outfit all the time. It is so unattainable, and I feel like I personally put so much pressure on myself to always be present for anything really, and that's not a good thing. I need to myself learn to take breaks more often than I do. And by breaks, I mean a complete, like, let's put our phone in a different room for at least 24 hours and actually let our minds just rest. All right, in number two, solo vacations and solo dates. This is something I love to do, but I find I only really started traveling alone for work, and I really only do solo dates when I'm traveling by myself because I kind of have to. But no. In 2025, we are planning solo trips and we are planning solo dates, even if it's in your own hometown. Love a solo date, but I find I don't take myself out for dinner just on a random Thursday night in my city. I want to do that more. I think that it's important. I think that being with yourself and enjoying time with yourself is important alone. And that even counts even if you are in a romantic relationship with someone. I think still taking yourself out and kind of even, getting yourself a nice glass of wine, maybe you're spoiling yourself to your favorite restaurant or favorite cafe, whatever it may be. I think that is important, and that is in for 2025. Re-wearing what you own. Obviously, I strive to be a huge advocate for sustainability in the fashion world, and re-wearing what I already own, because I do own a lot of things, is something that I am trying to do better and more of this year. I definitely feel like every outfit has to be different, and I think that's something I need to kind of get out of my mind a little bit. It is okay to re-wear an exact outfit. Next in is having high standards and not settling. I don't know when women even had this negative notion about having high standards or when it came to be, because F that. You are the only person who knows what you deserve, and you're the only person that's gonna feel fulfilled when you get it. And if you don't, you're just not gonna feel fulfilled in that relationship, and that's totally valid. And it means not settling for less, because you have to know your worth. Next in is definitely something that feels a little personal to me, saying no. I do not say no enough. I am definitely a people-pleasing type of person. I like to think of it as a good thing, but sometimes you get walked on, you can get taken advantage of, and you just have that kind of mental power to say no when you want to say no. Sometimes I think I do too much for other people that maybe don't always deserve it either, and I need to start saying no more. And so in 2025, we're gonna all start saying no. Next in is setting boundaries. This is also something I find personal to me. I'm not great at setting boundaries. Sometimes that's even family boundaries. And that's something that we're gonna bring back in 2025. We're gonna start setting boundaries, healthy boundaries. That doesn't mean cutting people out of your life. It just means knowing when is the right time to kind of let them in. Next in is telling men they ain't shit. I just want to tell men to their face more in 2025 that they aren't shit. Like, I just want to laugh and just be like, goodbye. Like, please. As if. Like, no. I mean, I feel like that one's pretty self-explanatory. I just want to start standing up for myself as a woman too, you know, when it comes to those situations where men feel they are superior because they're a man. Yeah, you know. Anyway, next in is dressing weirder and not caring. I know people think I dress insane. I think in 2025, I'm gonna dress more insane. I do think that it is a mindset. I find the more I feel comfortable with who I am and what I wear, I naturally start caring less about what other people think. And I really only care about what I think. Try it this 2025. Try dressing a little weirder, even if it's just a bit, and watch your confidence skyrocket. Next in is bestie handshake. I miss having a personal, customized handshake with our besties, like when we would say hi or bye and we just like start the whole routine. Bring those back in 2025. Next in is choosing yourself. I think no matter what the situation is and no matter who else is in the situation, always stick with your gut. Always go with what you want to do. Nobody can make you do anything that you don't want to do. You ultimately hold the power over yourself in every way, how people treat you and how you react to that and everything. And I think that choosing yourself is probably the healthiest thing that you can do for yourself. So remember that this year. Next in is hot girl walks. I think personally for me, I want to get back into working out a little bit more. And I think it's just going to start with getting the F outside of my house sometimes. So let's bring back hot girl walks in 2025. Next in is also somewhat personal to me. I want to start cooking recipes from cookbooks. I recently picked up a really cool cookbook at my local bookstore, and I want to start practicing some recipes, like going out to the grocery store and collecting everything you need on the list and then following the steps and putting it together. I don't cook too often, and that's something I really want to work on this new year. Next in is journaling. I recently started journaling a little bit more as I was traveling this year, and it really helped with my anxiety. I get travel anxiety pretty much, I find, when I'm away and I'm working and I'm anxious and I'm on my own. It's in a completely different country. It's a lot. I also don't fly well, so, you know. So I've been journaling on those trips, and it's been so helpful and so soothing to my mind. I feel like those moments where I'm feeling really tense and a little bit overstimulated, I would just take out like a notebook like this. I got like a whole pack of Hello Kitty notebooks and I bring one with me. I would just start writing down how I'm feeling currently in that moment. And I don't know if it's the writing aspect of it or what, but it is working. So more journaling in this year. This is my last in for 2025, love and being in love. I love love, and this doesn't mean romantic love. It means being in love with yourself. It means being in love with your job. It means being in love with life, with travel, with your friends, like there are so many people and things to love in this world, and I feel like sometimes people hold back. I think everybody has that ability to love something so much, and it's always this kind of negative, like, oh, you're too emotional, like you have too many feelings. And it's like, no. In 2025, feelings and being emotional and all that lovey-dovey bullshit is in because it makes you feel good. It's always a beautiful thing, no matter what. You cannot deny that. Okay, we are moving on to my 2025 outs. There's a few less because I'm not as negative. 2025 out number 1, overconsumption and fast fashion. You'd think that would be out by now. Fortunately, it's not. We still see a lot of fast fashion, Shein hauls all over TikTok. That is out. I'm sorry. That is the one thing I will actually say needs to be out. Out number 2 is following trends. Again, pretty self-explanatory with what I like to talk about on my socials. Be yourself. I mean, nobody else is you. You truly are the only person who can come up with these outfits, these ideas, the way your mind works, the way you look, the way you present, like all of this is so personal to you. Why follow or want to be something else or what everybody else is? It's like that saying, why try and fit in when you were born to stand out kind of thing. I feel like we were all born to stand out. It's just unfortunate that sometimes people feel they need to fit in to be cool or to be part of something or to even feel like they love themselves. Don't get me wrong, I love trends. I love hearing what the newest, coolest thing is. And sometimes I like to incorporate bits and pieces of it into my own personal style, but I don't become that trend. So that's out. Out number 3, also for myself, being chronically online. Yes, it is part of my job. Do I need to be online 24/7? No. And I think being chronically online isn't a good thing. I don't think it's a good thing for people that work in social media or anyone, really. I think that's where a lot of toxic comparison, which kind of literally leads into my next point, stems from. And I just think that the internet can be a very, very cruel, mean, cold place. And it's just, even me, someone who says they don't care about anything, what anyone says, it even gets to me sometimes. So I think that, again, what's in breaks. What's out, being chronically online. There we go. That obviously led into toxic comparison. Being online all the time is the easiest place to compare yourself to other people, what they look like, what their life is like, the relationship they have, everything. And that is out. We need to start being happy for each other and not comparing and thinking your life is not as good because theirs looks better. Always remember, social media is not real. I'm telling you firsthand, it is not real. You have no idea what's going on behind the scenes. So focus on yourself, work on yourself, and love yourself. Next out for 2025 is being super negative. I don't think there's anything worse than having someone in your friend group or just anyone in general that you're chatting with be super, super negative. I think that's my biggest turnoff, is just constant negativity. And don't get me wrong, I can be negative about things too. Just the constant negativity, I think, is where we really need to give it the boot for 2025. Next out is career burnout. Very much also related to me. I think because I don't like to take breaks, career burnout can be so real. I think sometimes I feel like I need to work, because if I'm not working, then I feel like I'm not doing anything. But that's okay. Sometimes not doing anything is okay. So I need to be better at that. I think there's probably a lot of people that can relate and work on that this year. Next out for 2025 is toning yourself down. We don't tone ourselves down for anyone. I don't even like to tone myself down for myself. Sometimes I'm like, all right, Sarah, like you're taking it too far. And then I'm like, wait, bitch, no, further. So we don't tone it down. If anything, we crank it up a notch or 5. 2025, like time to bring this thing to the next level. The next out is staying quiet and not speaking up. That's out. We are gonna be loud. We are gonna be loud and proud. We are gonna scream. We are not staying quiet. I'm Italian. I'm a very loud spoken person as it is, but I can be timid. And I think that is out for 2025. We're not gonna be shy or bashful anymore. We are gonna stand up for what we believe in, speak out, and we're gonna speak out loudly. Next out is being a hater. I have tons of them. You're one of them. You're out for 2025. No, I'm kidding. Being a hater in general, it's not cool. You're not cool. You don't look cool. Like, just don't. Being a lover is what you should be. This next out, taking pictures of strangers without their permission. This is something that I think is so weird. And I think it's kind of a touchy subject on social media because there's a lot of street style where people just capture people's outfits while they're not even paying attention. I have been a victim of this so many times. Straight up on public transportation, someone just whips out their phone in front of my face, doesn't say a word, and starts filming. Like that, blatantly obvious. I think that should not be allowed. It makes me feel uncomfortable, first of all. Obviously, I know people are gonna maybe try and hide film. That's one thing. But when it's like blatantly up in your face and you're not even gonna ask me, I'm like, please. I think it's rude. I think it's rude. So I think that should be out for 2025. My last out on this list for 2025 is procrastinating. Something I also do a lot, waiting until the last minute to get shit done. That needs to stop. Start getting ahead because then you feel better, you stress less, your mind is clear, you can do more things. So I'm gonna stop putting things off until the last second and telling myself that that's the best way to do it. My delusional mind speaking to me. But yeah, I hope that you enjoyed my ins and outs Share any of your personal ins and outs in the comments below, or any of your thoughts on mine. As always, my social media channels are down below in the description box. And until then, I will see you in my next video.